Okay, follow the money. Ruth Stotter is a storyteller, educator, author, and a former director of the Dominican University Certificate in Storytelling program. In 2011, Ruth received the National Storytelling Network's Lifetime Achievement Award, and she recently returned from Thailand, where she served as a Fulbright Specialist in Education. Please welcome our final speaker, Ruth Stotter.
Thank you, Adam, and thank you all you other pop-ups that I really enjoyed very much, and thank you all for coming here this evening. I want to tell you about Charlie McCormick. Charlie was a cowboy. He worked on a ranch about 4 miles northeast of Santa Rosa. And one fine autumn day in 1909, Charlie was riding into Santa Rosa to take care of some business. And his first stop, as always, was the stable. And as always, Charlie was there. Today he was pitching hay into the stalls. Well, Charlie, nice to see you here today. And old Licorice, come here, old Licorice. Shorty's got something for you. And Shorty pulled a carrot out of the burlap bag that was tied to his belt. Charlie jumped down off the horse and said, "Shorty, I brought you something." And he pulled out from his money clip a $100 bill. He'd won it in a poker game in Sacramento 2 nights before. "Oh, Charlie, you sure you want to give me that?" "Oh, thank you, Charlie. Thank you. But Charlie had already left. He wanted to get to Diana's Cafe for the blue plate special. Well, Shorty took off old Licorice's bridle and saddle, gave him some water, some hay, and then Shorty left, heading for Henderson's general goods store. And Mr. Henderson was standing behind the counter, his ledger book spread out in front of him. "Well, Shorty, what brings you here today?" "Oh, Mr. Henderson, I've been running up such a bill with you, and I wanted to make a payment." And Shorty gave Mr. Henderson the $100 bill. "Ooh, Shorty, just about covers everything you owe. Tell you what, I'm going to take your name right off my ledger. We're even, Stephen. You don't owe me a dime." "Thank you, Mr. Henderson. Thank you." As soon as Shorty left, Mr. Henderson wrote a note. "Back in 10 minutes." Put it on the door, and went down the street, turned the corner, and stopped in front of a gray house with a sign in the window. Ida May, dressmaker. And Ida May was sitting on a rocking chair on the front porch. "Oh, Mr. Henderson, how was the wedding?" "Oh, Ida May, that wedding gown you made Chloe, well, she looked like an angel in it. I wanted to come by and pay you for all the things you made for the wedding." And Mr. Henderson gave Ida May the $100 bill. "Oh, thank you, Mr. Henderson. See you at church on Sunday." "That you will, Ida May." As soon as Mr. Henderson turned the corner, Ida May went down the street over to Railroad Avenue to Jake's workshop. Jake made violins, and they must have been pretty good because folks came all the way from Los Angeles to get his instruments. "Well, Ida May, I hope the twins didn't get in a fight and break the violins I made them." No, I just came to pay you for the violins and all the lessons you've been giving them." And Ida May gave Jake the $100. "Well, thank you, Ida May." "You're welcome." As soon as Ida May left, Jake put on his Stetson, went on down the street to Mike's lumber yard, and Mike was out in front putting wood into the cart out in front. "Whoa, is that you, Jake? You can't be back already. I got you that wood just last month." "Mighty fine wood, too. I love that maple. I just came to pay you for it." And Jake gave Mike the... "Well, thank you, Jake." As soon as Jake left, Mike went inside and he tidied himself up, and he went on down the street to Pete's butcher shop. And Pete was behind the counter. "Oh, nice to see you, Mike. How was the barbecue?" "Oh, that barbecue sauce you sent over. That was delicious. Well, you know, when the folks were gone, there wasn't even a piece of pork or beef left. Good to hear. So what brings you here? Well, I just wanted to pay you for all the meat and the bill. And he gave Pete the... Thank you, Mike. I'll walk you to the door. And that's how it happened, that Pete was standing in the doorway when Charlie came riding by on Old Licorice down the dirt road on his way out of town. Hey, Charlie, Charlie. Whoa, what is it, Pete? Well, remember that tip you gave me about that widow woman in Napa selling her horses? I bought all 6, sold 4, kept 2, made a big profit, and I want to give you a percentage. Oh, you don't have to do that. Oh, but I want to. And Pete gave Charlie... Thank you, Pete. And Charlie rode on out of town, past the Miller farm, past the bridge over the creek, and stopped to laugh. He recognized that $100 bill. He knew it was the one he had given Shorty that morning. He recognized it as the $100 bill he had won in the poker game in Sacramento a few nights back. And when Sam Hall had handed him that $100 bill, he had recognized instantly that this $100 bill was a counterfeit. Now, this is a true story. And if you don't believe me, you can give me $1. Thank you.